easier said than done up on that stand. Listen, she makes a great point about the recruiting. We've made that point before. All these teams are recruiting at a high level. The coaching is the question. Where's the development? We talked a little bit about the defensive line play. I still think it's and this goes to our entire conversation, Fitzy, about whether or not the SEC is down or not. If you're going to compare the SEC to itself, absolutely the SEC is down. If you're going to compare the SEC defensive lines to itself, absolutely the SEC is down. It still doesn't mean it's not capable of beating anybody else in any other league, or Alabama going to win a championship or whatever. It's just about, like you always say, keep this conversation kind of within itself. You can't, I rattle off those list of names now a couple of times this week. You can't expect those stars to leave a league and just automatically be as good. So, will there be higher scoring games in the SEC? I think one of the most interesting things Laura said is it could make for a more interesting and compelling league play, SEC schedule. So, if that happens, I mean, listen, the league's already ridiculously high in the ratings. It's already got the most attendance. People pay attention to it the most. The SEC network is wildly more successful than all the other conference networks. So you look at all of that and you go, and now it's going to be more entertaining because the quarterbacks are better and the defensive lines aren't as good. Those two things directly relate to each other, right? Great defensive line play stops quarterback play. Well, if you don't have the great defensive lines, those quarterbacks could flourish, and that could make for a really fun, exciting year in SEC football.
I agree that it could make for a fun and exciting year. I still think it's going to make for a conversation. I truly believe this fall the national conversation is largely going to be around, is the SEC broken? And I don't know that that's necessarily correct, but this is the way I look at it. If you walk into your high school reunion and everybody's put on weight, you don't look at yourself. You look at the guy over there that used to be like a supermodel and you're like, worked out, put on fitting, right? Like that's all you're thinking about. That's what the SEC is right now.
Very rude of you, by the way.
Worked out, put on fitting. That is the SEC.
You're allowed to say that to your wife, but not to his face.
Well,
you're an Ohio State fan. You look at Auburn, you go, put on fitting.
And even if you're sitting there and you put on 20, even if you put on 30, you're still looking over and you're like, yeah, but Michael Phelps over there put on 50, right? And that's what's happening right now. Like, I think everybody's at the reunion. Maybe everybody's porked out, but they're looking at the one guy that used to be a supermodel.
Yeah.
And now they're a little fluffy.
I think the ACC is going to have really good defensive line play, front seven play, especially relative to its own sort of situation there. I think the Big Ten in a couple of different places is going to be ridiculously nasty on the defensive line, but that's Ohio State and Michigan only. Penn State pretty good. Everyone else in the Big Ten, nothing on the defensive line. The Big 12 doesn't play any defense at any position, and the Pac-12, well, they got a couple of teams. Washington, maybe USC, Utah, Stanford. There's a couple of teams that have some identity about